Good day, everyone. Welcome to our video reviewer for intermediate research methodologies. In this session, we will discuss the following important topics. We have here the research design, sampling techniques, data collection, data analysis, and research ethics. I am Alirio Alduñar, together with my groupmates, Julian Castro, Catherine Belen, and Sean Paul Dumao. And I will be discussing the lecture discussion of today's video reviewer. Now let's proceed with the learning objectives. At the end of this session, you should be able to identify what is research design, sampling techniques, data collection, and data analysis. Second, you should be able to value the importance of research ethics in conducting your studies. And third, you should be able to apply appropriate research methods in handling data and participants for your future studies. Let us begin with research design. Research design, it refers to the overall framework or plan used by a researcher to conduct a study. The design allows researchers to sharpen the research methods that is suitable for the subject matter and set up their studies for success. It guides how the data will be collected, measured, and analyzed. A well-planned research design helps ensure that the study is valid, reliable, and successful. We have here the two types of research design, the qualitative research and the quantitative research. Qualitative research, it determines the relationship between collected data and observations based on mathematical calculations. Statistical methods can prove or disprove theories related to a naturally existing phenomenon. Researchers rely on qualitative observation that concludes why a particular theory exists and what respondents have to say about it. It explores the people's experiences, opinions, and perspectives through observation and interpretation rather than numbers. Quantitative research is for cases where statistical conclusions to collect actionable insights are essential. Numbers provide a better perspective for making critical business decisions. Quantitative research methods are necessary for the growth of any organization. It deals with numerical data and statistical analysis. It is used to test theories, identify patterns, and make predictions. This type of research answers questions such as how many, how often, or what to extent. It, it can prove to be highly effective when making decisions about the business's future. Now let's proceed with comparing quantitative versus qualitative. Qualitative versus quantitative. So qualitative focuses on explaining, understanding, experiences, and perspectives, while quantitative focuses on quantifying and measuring phenomena. Qualitative uses a non-numerical such as words, images, and observations, while quantitative use numerical data such as statistics and surveys. Qualitative usually uses small sample sizes, while quantitative usually uses larger sample sizes. Qualitative typically emphasizes in-depth exploration and interpretation, while quantitative typically emphasizes in-depth precision and objectivity. Data analysis in qualitative involves interpretation and narrative analysis, while in quantitative, data analysis involves statistical analysis, and hypothesis testing. In qualitative, the results are presented descriptively, while in quantitative, the results are presented numerically and statistically. In simple terms, qualitative research explains meanings and reasons, while quantitative measures and analyzes data using numbers. Now, let's proceed with the sampling techniques. We have here the sampling definitions and the types of sampling. So, sampling is a process of selecting a smaller group from a larger population to represent the entire group in a study. We have here the sampling definitions. The first one is the population. It tells us the total number of people or things you are interested in. The second is sample. It is a smaller number within your population that will represent the whole. The third sampling definition is sampling. It is the process and method of selecting your sample. Now is the types of sampling. So we have here probability sampling. So this type uses random selection. It is also known as random sampling. It is a kind of sample selection where randomization is used instead of deliberate choice. It is giving every member of the population an equal chance of being chosen. Here are the examples of probability sampling. We have simple random sampling, systematic sampling, stratified sampling, and cluster sampling. Another type of sampling is non-probability sampling. So non-probability sampling are where the researcher deliberately picks items or individuals for the sample based on non-random factors such as convenience, geographic availability, or costs. So we have here the examples of non-probability sampling. We have the convenience sampling, quota sampling, purposive sampling, snowball or referral sampling. Now that we're done with the types of sampling, let us move on to data collection. So data collection refers to the methods that is used to gather information that you need for your research study. So we have here quantitative methods. Quantitative methods uses surveys, tests, experiments, and structured observations. Another data collection is qualitative methods. So qualitative methods include interviews, focus group discussions, open-ended questionnaires, and field notes. The third one is the mixed methods. So mixed methods combine both qualitative and quantitative approaches to gain a deeper and more complete understanding of the research problem. After the data collection, the next step is data analysis. So data analysis, we have here three. The first one is the quantitative analysis. Quantitative data analysis uses statistical tools such as mean, median, regression, correlation, regression, and ANOVA to interpret numerical data. Another is qualitative analysis. So qualitative analysis involves organizing and interpreting non-numerical data through coding, thematic analysis, and narrative analysis. The third one is the mixed methods analysis. So it integrates both statistical results and thematic findings to strengthen your research conclusions. Finally, let us discuss the research ethics. So research ethics are guidelines that ensure studies are conducted responsibly and respectfully. Ethics protect participants and maintain the credibility of our research. So we have here the ethical principles and the research misconduct. Let us first discuss the ethical principles. So we have the informed consent. The informed consent is participants must be fully informed about the study. They must know the purpose, the risk, and their rights. Another is confidentiality. So confidentiality protects the personal information of your participants. So it is very important that we protect the personal information of our participants and we don't tell others about their informations. Another is integrity. Integrity report findings honestly, avoid plagiarism and data manipulation. Next is respect for participants. Respect for participants means that no harm should come to them, or participants should not experience harm when you are conducting your research. And lastly, honesty. Honestly report data, results, methods and procedures, and publication status. Do not fabricate, falsify, or misinterpret data. Next is the research misconducts. Unethical practices in research includes fabrication. So fabrication, meaning you make up your data or your results. Next is falsification. Falsification is manipulating research materials or changing your data and results. So that is falsification. Plagiarism is the appropriation of another person's ideas, processes, results, or words without giving appropriate credit. So meaning you're using someone else's work without proper credit. Now that we are done, to summarize this discussion, understanding research design, sampling techniques, data collection, data analysis, and research ethics is essential in conducting credible and ethical research. These concepts will help you apply appropriate research methods and responsibly handle both data and participants in your future studies. Now let's proceed with our quiz that will be discussed.
Now that we discuss the key concept of research design, sampling techniques, data collection, data analysis, and research ethics, it is time to check how well you understand today's lesson. In the next part of this video, you will answer the short quiz designed to test your knowledge and help reinforce what you have learned. Read each question carefully and choose the best answer. Take this opportunity to assess your understanding and identify areas where you may need to further review. You can answer it in a paper and pen. Let's begin the quiz and good luck. So for our multiple choice question, choose the best answer that corresponds to the question. So for number 1, what is the main purpose of a research design? A. To collect as much data as possible. B. To provide a framework for conducting a study. C. To ensure random sampling. D. To avoid research ethic issues. For number 2, which type of research focuses on understanding meanings, experiences, and opinions? A. Quantitative. B. Mixed methods, C. Qualitative, and D. Statistical. For number 3, which type of research is best for making business decisions based on numerical data? A. Qualitative, B. Narrative, C. Descriptive, D. Quantitative. Number 4, in research, the total number of people or things of interest is called A. Sample, B. Population, C. Element, D. Group. For number 5, which sampling techniques involve dividing the population into groups and randomly selecting from each group? A. Stratified sampling, B. Cluster sampling, C. Systematic sampling, D. Purposive sampling. Number 6, convenience sampling is a type of A. Probability sampling, B. Non-probability sampling, C. Random sampling, D. Stratified sampling. Number 7, which of the following is qualitative method of data collection? A. Surveys, B. Experiments, C. Focus group, D. Tests. Number 8, which statistical techniques is used in quantitative data analysis? A. Coding, B. Regression, C. Thematic analysis, D. Narrative analysis. For number 9, in research ethics, which principle requires that participants know the purpose, risk, and their rights? A. Integrity, B. Confidentiality, C. Informed consent, D. Respect for participants. Last, number 10, making up data or result is an example of A. Falsification, B. Plagiarism, C. Manipulation, D. Fabrication. Next part of our quiz is true or false. Direction: write true if the statement is correct and false if the statement is not correct. Let's start. For number 11, qualitative research often answer why a phenomenon occurs. True or false? Number 12, systematic sampling is considered a non-probability technique. True or false? Number 13, mixed method combine both numerical data and thematic insights. True or false? Number 14, confidentiality in research means protecting participants' personal information. True or false? Last, plagiarism refers to manipulating data without proper analysis. True or false? For the last part of our quiz, identification. Direction: write the correct term or concept based on what is being described. Number 16, the process of using the subset of a population to represent the whole population. Number 17, a smaller group selected from the population that represents the whole. Number 18, this method of data collection uses experiments, surveys, and constructed observation. structured observation. The ethical principle that requires researcher to honestly report data, results, and methods. And last, sampling techniques where researcher uses referrals from participants to recruit others. So let's proceed to the answer key, but before that, great job for completing our quiz. So now let's go over to the answer key and review each item together to check your understanding. But remember, quizzes are not just about getting the right answer. They are also opportunities to learn and improve. So let's start. So make sure you check it honestly. So now, for the multiple choice, so for number 1 is B, 2 is C, 3, D, number 4 is B, 5A, 6B, 7C, 8B, 9C, and 10D. So let's move to true or false. So for number 11 is true, number 12 is false, 13 and 14 is true, and 15 is false. And lastly, for identification, for number 16, sampling, number 17 is sample, 18 is quantitative methods, 19 is integrity or honesty, and last 20, snowball or referral sampling. So again, I'm Julian Castro together with my group members, Miss Alduñar, Miss Belen, and Mr. Dumaop. So this is our reference, and thank you for watching and good luck with your research journey.